What's up, SFL? It is the Midnight Ride, and I am back for week 5 action. That's right, a good week for me. I really am a little worried about those flea flicker settings because it had me losing, and I felt like my team was solid last week. It showed being the number 2 scorer, really almost number 1 scorer in the league last week. My team is starting to get better and better, and that is because of a couple trades, which I want to talk about first before we get into everything. But before we do that, I wanted to note, all right, that this week I am playing Kim. Now, we all know that, Kim and Dillion got married this year, and so, it's a little weird that the team that was undefeated, amazing, somehow took let's just say a dive in week 4 and let his wife win. So, happy wife, happy life, but you know what, Dylan? This loss is going to probably haunt you as you go on and maybe lose that spot to Robert, but maybe not. But let's look at my team and how my team has gotten 10 times better in the last 2 weeks. So let's talk about how I've remolded my team. 3 trades in 1 week, Hurricane Week. Got it in early, thank God, because I didn't have any power. But if we look at my team, what it started with, we looked at Holden's trade first. Holden wanted Waller because he wanted a third wide receiver catcher for his quarterback. Obviously, with Adams, he's now really heavy on the Raiders. Didn't work out for you this last week. Carter, somebody I was shopping around who's just been okay. But with that, I got Jimmy G, who had a decent game, Adam Thielen, who had a monster game, and then Tanya. And I can tell you that when I got Tanya, I was in talks with other people, and I thought, let me try to get Tanya out of here. So that was my goal, to get Tanya to go get somebody else. Then, of course, myself and the commish started talking about Najee Harris. I threw it out there. He was interested because I really wanted Devontae Smith because he's on his bench. He threw in Boyd with it because I needed a second wide receiver. Giving him Najee Harris. Both of our trades didn't really work out this week. Najee with 9 points, Smith with 5 or 6, Boyd with 9. I think that I'm going to win out in this trade if Harris keeps looking the way he does. And he's going to get vultured a little bit now with Pickett there, so I'm really liking that trade. And then, of course, Soft Chubb is now Quarter Chubb. Of course, so he's getting back up there. But he's got Raheem, he's got Brandon Cooks, and, of course, Tanya. That was my trade to him. I was looking to get rid of Cooks. I was looking to get rid of Mostert. I just don't like their games that much for my team. Tanya was the sacrificial lamb to get the guy I wanted. I wanted Higbee. Gordon was a piece of the deal. I was like, okay, I'll take Gordon. He could be solid. And then what happens? Javante's down. He's done for the year. Melvin's the star. I really lucked out in this trade, and I'm so sorry for you, Jordan, but that really helped me out. So I appreciate it. And that's what it looked like going into, of course, week 4 as I took on Holden. Holden, pretty rough week. I mean, Carr, Adams, and Waller didn't have great weeks. No touchdowns. That's what really killed you. Carr had no touchdowns. I got to red zone like 4 or 5 times. Could not get in. So that helped me. Cooper, after having monster game, when you didn't start him, you put him in. He doesn't play well. Kind of funny. And then, of course, your team just was injured and suspended and everything else. So you did as best that you could. My team was solid. Mahomes had a great week. Garoppolo had a good week, just didn't have enough touchdowns. Of course, Samuel caught his only touchdown, had a monster week for him. Devontae, we talked about before. Higbee with 10 catches. That's huge. I'll take 6. I'll take 7 a week. That will do. And then, of course, that slop game, Sanders got the ball. Maybe they'll run the ball a little bit more because, you know what, he is a monster. And Connor, even though didn't have a great game, had a pretty good game. That gives me confidence of coming into this week against, of course, Chalupa Batman, Chalupa Vagina. Kim started off pretty low, has been playing a little better. Obviously, we talked about the win last week. Rodgers, nothing. Evans had a great game. Of course, that's the reason you won. Jones, Singletary had a decent week. Samuel, of course, the big waiver wire. Olave, you played Olave this past week, which was a great choice. I filled in Keenan Allen because you lost, of course, your running back. And then, of course, we got Pitts and then your actual kicker. So your team, Pitts maybe will have a big week finally against me. More than likely, the tight ends seem to do that, except for last week. So I'm not, really feeling good about this week. Your team total is probably like 140. My team has some good matchups. Vegas, who hasn't been playing a lot of defense. Carolina hasn't played a lot of defense. Arizona and Philly, great matchup for me. Chicago with the Minnesota, hopefully it's not too much of a slop. Seattle, New Orleans, I just got the matchups. This week is going to be my week for matchups comparatively to you. So that's why I think this is my week to win. And it's going to happen because I don't like losing to Chalupa. Alright, so usually I end the video, do a cool little thing. I know, it's really cool. I know, but I have to talk about something right now. What is going on with this report? My roster strength is 11th. There's no way. I just went through the trades. I went through everything. My roster is playing at the optimum level. All right? It is the best. And I do think that there's something wrong with what's going on this week. Putting myself and your wife at 11 and 12. I am calling shenanigans. This is ridiculous. I'm calling shenanigans. Let me call shenanigans. Hello, Shenanigans Hotline. Yes, I'll hold.
Hello, this is Shenanigans Hotline. I'm your Shenanigans representative, Dave. I've dealt with girl shenanigans, boy shenanigans, alien shenanigans, dog shenanigans, kid shenanigans, shenanigans on the moon, shenanigans in a train, shenanigans in a basket. How can I help you today?
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So, I'm calling shenanigans on my commissioner. He keeps putting my team at like 11th or 10th or they've always gone down when I make great moves, and I just want them to let them know that I'm calling shenanigans on it, and I need your help. So you can help me, right?
So yeah, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm sorry. You're on your own here.
This is ridiculous. All right, I'm calling shenanigans. This is crazy. It's just in the video. In the video, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Hey, Kim. It's getting close to the stroke of.
Mischievous and deceitful, chicanerous and deplorable.